Right everyone, as we're closing in on another year, I want to show you a recap on my SH Figuarts collection for the Spider-Man No Way Home line. So in the last couple of years, we've had a nice collection built up, and I just want to recap what we have so far. Of course, we've still got a figure schedule for early next year. So I'm just going to go through them one by one, discussing the pros and cons, and also tell you which one are missing in the collection and what else we can look forward to in the future. So the first release was the SpiderMan Integrated Sue, which was a nice way to introduce us into this movie. And this, I believe, was released before the movie was out in the theaters. So it was based on promo photos. And this figure is molded after a previous figure of the Iron Spider. As you can see, it has the arm guards, which we know after watching the movie it wasn't accurate. Overall, it's a decent figure for its price, but it just lacks the accessories. It didn't even come with the armor's head sculpt, which you have to buy the black and gold suit, which I will discuss later on. And it's a decent figure to kind of start off this line, but of course we needed major improvements for it. So I think for the price it's decent, but we know that the later release was the better version. Next we have the Spider-Man Upgraded Sue, which of course he wore in the early parts of the movie. Kind of like the Homecoming tech suit, they re-released it in the Far From Home title. And now his main suit in Far From Home, they've re-released it under the No Way Home title. And I guess it does kind of make sense. It is for those who missed out on the previous one, or just want another upgraded suit, I guess. I did miss out on the old one, so this is the one I had to pick up. I believe it's the same mold, and it has the same accessories. The only difference might be the paint. Overall, it's a decent figure to add into your collection. Of course, he did wear this quite a lot in the movie. On this one, I'm not sure if it's a QC issue, but I kind of had like a paint difference in terms of the top half of the body and the bottom. But other than that, it's a decent figure. Next, we have the Spider-Man Black and Gold suit, which I think in the live actions, they always seem to give us an alternative look. So kind of like in Far From Home, when Spider-Man is in the black colors, they've done it once again. I guess it's kind of for marketing purposes to sell more merchandise. It was a very brief moment in the films, so I guess this is not that important, but it's still nice to add into the collection. And there was plenty of accessories. There was some effects for the arms. There was the armor's head sculpt, which you can put on the integrated suit. The only thing I would say is the arm guard is on the left side in this figure, but I believe in the movie it was on the right arm. I need to double check on that. So I guess this is kind of what you need in your collection if you want the armor's head sculpt. And I guess it's just the way they did it for marketing purposes. So it's probably not as important as the previous two I've shown you, but it's still nice to have in the No Way Home collection. And then we can move on to the multiverse, as we finally got the 2002 version known as the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And this was a long wait since we didn't get any of these figures since the Toy Biz days, which was over 20 years ago. And this is just an amazing figure to have in your collection. Whether it's for No Way Home or the original trilogy, this is a must for all fans of this film. And the only thing I would say about this figure is the legs are slightly loose. But other than that, you get all the webs, the armor test sculpt. It's a very good sculpt. And just overall, I really like the look of this. So this is a no-brainer. If you're collecting the SH Figuarts Spider-Man figures, then this is a must in the collection. And then we got the improvement for the Integrated Sue as they released the Final Battle Edition. So especially after the releases of the Multiverse Spider-Mans, they needed to upgrade this version. And I think this is a big improvement to the original in terms of the way it's been built. I think it's a more muscular Spider-Man. The suit and the paint overall is a lot better. You can see the colors pop a lot more. There was a lot more accessories, included the armor's head sculpt, of course the blooded version, and then we also had the magic box, plenty of webs as well. So compared to the original one, I'll say that this is probably the one to go for. Of course, you do have to consider the price. So if you do have the original one and you're happy with it, then I guess you can just stick with that. But in my opinion, this is a big upgrade, and I think this is the perfect Spider-Man to go with the other two, and of course the villain. Which does bring me on to the next one, which is the Amazing Spider-Man, which of course is like the Friendly Neighborhood one. We've waited such a long time for it. The Medicom Mayfix is probably the most recent one, but it's a bit outdated. so we kind of needed an update. And this is a very good looking Spider-Man, kind of like the Tobey Maguire edition. This is a must in the collection for No Way Home. And even if you don't want it for the No Way Home, you can add it into your The Amazing Spider-Man line, and I think it fits perfectly. The only disappointment is, of course, they cancelled the Unmasked head sculpt of Andrew Garfield. They just couldn't get the license for it, so it was delayed. But other than that, I think this is an almost perfect figure to add into your Spider-Man collection, especially if you want the live action look. And the latest character added into the collection, which is the first villain, it is none other than the Green Goblin. And overall, this is a very premium figure. I really like the quality overall. And it has plenty of accessories like the glider, the pumpkin bomb, the kind of battle knife. And this is an amazing figure to add into the collection, especially after 2 years of collecting Spider-Mans. I think it's about time we got the villains. The only disappointment was there was no alternative head sculpt with the laughing look. I think for Green Goblin's character, he needs a bit more expression. And I think some people said that the moustache is too visible. I think over time it's okay, but I guess they could have toned it down. But other than that, this is a really good looking figure. And I guess it's a nice way to start off the villains, hopefully, or open the doors for more. And maybe they'll give us a Dr. Octopus next. So that's my SH Figuarts collection for the Spider-Man No Way Home line. The only one I'm missing is the Iron Spider suit version, which I just felt I didn't need it since I already have the Avengers Infinity War and Endgame version. So I guess I'm looking forward to the next release, which is the new red and blue suit, which I call the Final Swing suit. And after that, maybe they'll make some announcements for more villains like Dr. Octopus, and who knows what else they'll give us in the future. And of course, be sure to check out the reviews of all the figures I talked about today. I will put the links in the description below. Thanks for watching.